Hi everyone, and thank you all so much for joining us on our May garden tour. Now, if you're new to the channel, I definitely want to welcome you, and I want you to subscribe to this channel if you love to garden, if you love to cook, if you love to entertain, and we also do some product reviews on here as well. Now, for today's garden tour, we are going to start right here at the Blackberries because I have a story for y'all, and maybe you all can help me out after I get finished telling you this story. So it's obvious I bring out all the sunshine. Y'all hear that? I want you to take note of what you just heard. So it's obvious I bring out all the sunshine because it was just cloudy and I'm like, okay, perfect time. Let's go ahead and let's get this filmed. And then I came out and now the sun is beaming back. But let me tell you about our blackberries. These are the bushel and berry blackberries that we planted last year. I'll make sure I link that video. Now they're supposed to be a mounding blackberry that is perfect for the pot. But last year when I read the box, it said you don't have to prune. So they just kind of start growing, and I didn't want to cut them not knowing that was my first year and really dealing with this type of blackberry. So I just kind of built a trellis and just kind of let them start growing how they wanted to. But every day, y'all, I sit at my kitchen table and I watch all different type of birds come, and first they'll land on top of this pergola, and they'll look around and they'll start their calls. Y'all heard it. They'll start talking to each other. Now I do not know, okay, I do not know the language of birds, but this is what I suspect in so many words that they're saying is you better come on and get you something to eat before the humans come out. So this is our other blackberry plant, and they have done the same thing. But I'm sharing this story with you because when I saw all of the berries that were forming on these plants, all my mouth could taste is blackberry cobbler. Like, I have been waiting for these berries to turn at the perfect time so that I could make a blackberry cobbler. And so what I do each morning is I get all of the ones that are ripe and I bring them in and I put them in the refrigerator, and hopefully I can get enough to at least make one blackberry cobbler this season. So my husband is he's not very happy right now about this area because this area comes out from our bedroom, and sometimes when it cools down at night we will come out here and sit. So I just want to kind of take a overview of what you're seeing right now because we can't sit. He says I've made this out of some type of like drying station, which I have. I told him it's my onion and garlic drying station. And then we have some lemon balm here, and I have harvested the lemon balm. I used my dehydrator and dried it, and so I stored it. So now I've been making lemon balm tea at night, and it is so good, y'all. So if you don't grow lemon balm, try it. The only warning I give to people is you may want to put it in a container or pot, because it can be aggressive to your other plants and get out of control, because it's part of the mint family, which can get out of control. So we just keep it in these two pots, and I cut so that if you can see right here, you see the new leaves that are coming, and try to make this a bushier plant. So right here, we went ahead and we pulled all of our onions, and all of them are pretty much done except for a couple that I pulled the other day. We just let them hang over here and dry really good. So now they're pretty much ready for storage, and basically when they have that papery skin and this the tops have died back, all I have to do now is cut it and cut the roots, and we can store those in the pantry. It felt so good the other day. I needed to go out, and because I was out of onions, and I was like, hey, I got some onions here. Now, just in case you're wondering what this is, some of our onions were going to seed. So what I did was I finagled a way to tie this up, and so that it's suspended down into this brown paper bag, so as they dry, the onion seeds can fall down in the bag, and we have free onions to continue the whole process all over again this fall, because I started these onions from seed around September of last year, and then we put them out in the fall. They overwintered, and then here we are once again with some onions. And I pulled some garlic. Now I will tell y'all, they didn't get as big as I wanted to, because first of all, I didn't care for them like I cared for my onions. I really babied my onions last year, the ones that were in the first bed. And so you could tell by the size of them that I really babied these onions. I made sure that I side dressed them and, you know, just really did what I was supposed to do. Now garlic for us, I have to order it early, put it in the refrigerator for about 8 to 10 weeks so that it can get that cold season down in the refrigerator, and then we have to plant them out because we are zone 8B, but I was talking to a farmer that's in the area, and he was like, you know, with the climate change, we're kind of teetering on 9A now. So that's how we have to do our garlic. So let me take you over to a work in progress, and then we'll go to the flower and the vegetable farmers market, y'all. Like I said before, I really love these garden tours because if you go back, you can kind of see the progress of what we're doing. Because last month, this was a mess. And I will tell you, for about a week, I had this garden on autopilot because I hurt my back. And you know how you do something and 2 days later you're wondering why you're stiff or why you're hurting? I didn't have to answer. I already knew the answer to that. This was why. I was slinging this mulch like I guess I was 17 again. And so 2 days later when I woke up, my body let me know you might want to slow down. That's what my body said. But all of these right here were $1 last fall. So they're coming back and they're getting the little blooms on here. So like I said, sometimes, not all the time. Now here lately, when I have been going out on Fridays, they marking them down too late because they looking like just go ahead and just put them in the trash because they're not going to make it and they're not going to come back. And so I haven't been finding as many good clearance deals as I think I should have, but these are my little babies right here, y'all. Oh my gosh, these Delphiniums. I don't know if this color is coming through for you like it's coming through for me, but it is just so pretty. I try to keep these deadheaded as much as possible. I deadheaded them a while back, and they just like flourished again because we did have like a little cool spell, but they're just so pretty. And I think last month I had not cleaned this area out, and so I will link my hydrangea video because we finally got to these. And see, when you go to cleaning out and cleaning up leaves, I knew I had that tag on here. So these are by Better Home and Garden, but this is the type of hydrangea that takes the full sun, and they get about 5 to 8 feet. But what I loved about it is kind of like an ombre effect. You see how it's like pink and white at the tip? So we have this one, and then we have that one over there about 5 to 8 feet, and we have our roses coming back really nice. They were getting like too leggy, so I know I was a little bit too late. I should have done that in January, February, so I really did take a chance, but I just gave them a big chop, and I see the new growth coming back just fine. So I'm going to circle around here because it's just, I know that I'm teleworking, but I still have other stuff that I'm trying to do. As you guys seen, we're expanding the garden, so I just try to do a little bit at a time, but sometimes I get so focused out here that I'm out here for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. And so now I've been putting a timer on myself, 2 hours out here on the weekends, maybe 4, no more than 4, and you got to go in because you got other stuff you got to do. So this I'm still working on. I wanted something to go right here, but the sprinkler head comes up right here, and so sometimes that is hard because I don't want to block the sprinkler. But I did put some lamb's ears over here, and I think they are so pretty. I think those are going to be good. I got lamb's ear, and you guys remember the foxgloves, and then I put some little petunias right here that I started from seed. They were blooming in the little pots that I potted them up in, so I was like, I got to get them out of there. So it looks like they're going to make it. But I think they're going to be pretty. They had some of the little prettiest blooms on here. And back here, I've tucked in some dahlias. I ordered too many this year because I had to go back online and kind of see the colors that I ordered so that I can coordinate with. And then our azaleas are doing great. So now I have to work on this area right here and try to figure out what I'm going to put here, because I know they look like weeds, but these are peonies that I put in the ground. We have a really hard time with peonies. I grew them maybe 2 years, never got any flowers. So I probably planted them too deep because they don't like to be planted deep. But peonies also have to have a cold enough time to be able to flower that next season. And we had a really mild, very mild winter this year, so I'm just gonna let them stay here and see what they do. But maybe next year, if we're still here, they might get pulled up, so we'll just have to see. Okay, so I am happy to report that our hostas are coming back up. I still have a lot of clean out to do. What we did was kind of rake the initial layer of leaves, but I thought that these weren't going to come up because they were like slammed with leaves. But hey, let nature take care of itself. And so they're all starting to come up, and I'm so happy about that because all of these right here, y'all, they were $1 last season. So I still need to clean up, and then we got one right here that is $1. And so I'm waiting on maybe like 2 more to come up. But I just liked the, if you can see, I don't know how the color is, but this has like a bluish tint to me. And then you have this one. I forgot the names of them, but I say for $1. It's kind of shady back here because it sits up under the tree. You know, this will be a nice little area right here. I'll probably try to find some shade loving annuals to go back here so we can get a little bit more color. But we definitely have to clean up back here because when we first moved into this house, I had my grill area where we grilled at because I didn't like the smoke coming in the house. We had our grill back here, and this is where I think that was our second snake that we had found back here. So I'm going to clean it up real good, but this is a place now I'm not going to be fooling with too much back here. I told y'all that when I planted the hostas. That's why I wanted something that could take care of themselves. Now I'll come rake the leaves, pull the weeds from time to time, but they're going to need to take care of themselves because I'm not going to be coming back here too much. So let's go to the hydrangeas that we fertilize, and then we're going to go to the flower and vegetable garden, you guys. Okay, so if you all remember, we pull back the mulch right here, or the wood chips, and then we used our holly tone and we fed our hydrangeas. And I want y'all to look at this. Is it not so pretty? And y'all know purple is my favorite color. If you don't know, purple is my favorite color. So we have some beautiful blooms. We already had blooms that were coming on, but I'm telling you, that slow release fertilizer, compost tea, that's like your plant's vitamins. Just think of it like a vitamin. Honey, we gave these hydrangeas they vitamin shot. I'll even go as far as say we gave them a B12 shot. And look what they are doing now. So pretty. And then we do have one hosta that's coming up. And we got one more that should be in this corner right here. This is a great area for weeds because if y'all remember, I got everything up, put down some more, and I don't know, they pop up. I wish my plants would pop up like that, like these weeds, but hey, let's go ahead and let's go to the main flower and vegetable garden. I just wanted to show y'all that sometimes your plants need that vitamin. They need that vitamin shot. And so these are going to be so beautiful this season. And I'm hoping that I can find some more on clearance this season, that we can continue to go down this path and line it, because these right here are part sun. They're not like the full sun like the other ones that we just looked at by Better Homes and Garden. These require part sun, and so that's why I planted them. You still get sun coming in, but it's not that beaming hot sun that you're gonna see when we go to the flower and the vegetable farmers market. So I want to start right here because the sun is not going in anytime soon. So I just wanted to give you all a visual, because I am about to yank all of these up. These are the snapdragons and the pansies that we got on clearance back in the fall. I'm going to yank them up, and we're going to replace them with our summer annuals right here. I do have some angelonias that we started from seed and some phlox, and then I'll see what else I can put in, because right here are our spicy globe basil. Now this is my second year in a row trying these. They're supposed to be like a little globe, but what I find in this area for us here in Southeast Georgia is that I don't think it can take the heat like the regular basil, because if you can see, we've just pretty much put these in the ground, and basil is a heat loving plant, and they're already going to seed. And I'll get right here because they did this as well last year. They start going to seed and they lost that ball form. Y'all, if you can hear that, those are the birds saying, hey, the humans are out here, watch out. But so I've been trying to pinch them, so we will see what they do. But this is my second year trying these, and I don't know if I'll try this again. As far as the flavor, it's supposed to be spicy globe, but I don't taste a lot of spice, which is good for me because I'm not a spicy lover when it comes to food. So we're gonna pull these up and replace them. And then y'all remember when we planted our potatoes? These are the potatoes from seed. They are getting some gorgeous flowers on here and growing very nicely. What I have done is twice I've fed them with the Espoma Grow, which is the liquid organic fertilizer, and so we're just letting these grow because I shared with you that I wanted these to go to 120 days so that we can roast them, because you can harvest them as early as 90 days or up to 120 days. But I just think the flowers are so pretty to me. And then we yanked out all of our onions. This is where our onions and our carrots were. We yanked out all of the onions and carrots and we replaced them with the pepper plants. If y'all remember, I don't know where I'm going to put all of these pepper plants because I have like at least 50 more to plant. I have no clue. But we're getting, these are the mini, I want to say like the mini peppers, but we are getting these right here. And if you remember, go back to the video where we pinched them. This is one of the ones that we pinched. It started branching out. Remember, for me, pinching, it gives it a sturdier stem and makes it more bushier. You may not get as many peppers at first, but on down the season when you do that, you'll notice that you'll get more production. We have our Echinacea coming back. These right here was the Cheyenne last year, but if you look this year when they came back, it's pretty much all one color. Love the color, but they're not the different colors like when I bought them. And these were I think the double cone Echinacea that's coming back. Y'all, we had some rain, and I'm telling y'all, take it from me, this rain just make stuff start blooming, because these were not like this the other day. But these are the, I think, double scoop Echinacea that are coming back. We got all of these last year on clearance. That's why sometimes I wait, and I know it's almost done for the season, but if it's a perennial, 9 times out of 10 it'll come back. We have purple basil in here growing, and then we got some thyme that is growing as well. This is my little volunteer plant right here. I won't pull it up because they just volunteered to bloom right there. So when it gets too hot, like this one has already burned up, I'll pull that up. But I just won't pull that up because it's the volunteer. And then, y'all, I bought these last year as well on clearance. This was by Monrovia, and I can't remember the name, but they have got way bigger than what the label said. And I thought that they were gonna pull up and I was gonna put some purple salvia back there, but if you can see it, honey, these are just really blooming on you, and I love it. And they're perennials. They are so pretty. And y'all know that this is not even one of my favorite flower colors, but this plant is making me change my mind. And so we have some calendula back here. What I've been doing is the ones that are open in the morning, I'll come out and clip it, and I'm drying them because I do want to make some calendula oil and perhaps use some for tea. But I'm also going to let a few go to seed because some of these are intermixed. I had some seeds from last year that I collected from my own plants, but then I had some more in a package. So they're just kind of intermixed. I don't know which ones are mine and which ones are the package, but I like to let a few flowers go to seed so we can just continue to save and continue the process. Okay, now on the end card, I'm gonna put some videos up because I want y'all to binge watch them, because this was the video that the kids planted this bed when we were planting with kids. Now, if you go back and look at that video, and then now, it is just gorgeous, y'all. I love it. So up front, if you remember, we planted some chamomile for our chamomile tea. I'm ready for it to start flowering. Hopefully that'll be soon. We still left our, oh gosh, these were our clearance. Were these our clearance plants or seeds? I'm not sure, but we're leaving these. Last year I planted some alyssum along here, but since these were doing good, normally with it getting hot, they're probably towards the end of their life cycle, but the shade from the beans and the corn are kind of shading them a little bit where they don't get that full heat on sun. But let me get down real quick so y'all can see what's going on under these leaves. So can y'all see all the dragon beans? This is a new variety I'm trying this year, but I just love all of the beans that it's putting on. Now, since this is a bush bean, I need to be sowing some more, starting some in some trays, because they don't produce as long as your pole beans, in my opinion. So I'm going to let maybe one plant, because you can eat them fresh or you can eat them dry. So I'll probably let one plant dry so that I can save seeds, and then the other ones we'll pick and we'll cook or freeze, and then we will either try another type of pole bean or we'll plant some more of these. Then we got our corn starting to form here. And I like to plant corn close together, like in groupings, so that they can pollinate each other, which I think that's what they did, because we're getting some ears of corn here. But this is another crop that you want to do succession planting as well, succession planting as well. So we're going to go ahead and sow some more. And then we had our new type of bush bean, or garvey. These were from Part Seed, but I'm going to show you the other plant real quick so that you can see how they put on these beans. I'm going to go ahead and succession plant some more of these as well. Now, all of the beans are showing out, but this one is really showing out. Can y'all see, like, it loads it with beans? And then we got some growing like right up here too. So I'm just waiting for them to get big enough so that we can eat. And like I said in my video, when we planted these, the beans put out nitrogen, and corn is a big nitrogen lover. So I companion planted these so that the nitrogen from the beans can go in the soil and feed the corn. But we also have some volunteer cucamelons here from last year. Last year I really didn't have good luck with the cucamelons. They started growing beautifully, and then the cucamelons start dropping to the ground, and I never got a chance to taste them. So we will see what's going to happen this year. And this is like the last of the garlic that I'm probably going to end up pulling up. But this is the bed that the kids planted. So make sure you all go and watch that and just see the growth on it. So I'm really pleased with that. More rain. Let me show y'all. I've got my little rain gauge here. So we had more rain. Look what the rain did, y'all. Look at this bee balm. I'm telling you, none of this was here the other day. This bee balm is so pretty. And I don't know if the color is coming through for you, but if I'm not mistaken, I might have paid normal price for these. And then we got more strawberries that we have to pull. Now, I will tell y'all this. I like to go ahead and pull strawberries like first thing, or harvest anything first thing in the morning. You can do it late in the evening, but I don't like to do it during the day when the sun is like beating down, just like with different herbs where the oil content is at its highest, like first thing in the morning. So that's why I like to harvest things first thing in the morning. I'm gonna save these because my middle daughter is supposed to be coming, and I know that she likes strawberries, so I'll let her pick these off. And then right here, y'all, the hummingbirds, this is their little hotel right here, and I love it. I love seeing them come. Now a couple times they've flown over my head like real quick, and I had to, you know, turn real quick because they come by so quick with that buzzing. But I know that they're going towards these black and blue salvias. So right here by the bee balm, we have some dill growing. And then let me tell y'all about these butterfly pea flowers. Last year, Big City Gardener, who's on Instagram, showed these. Let me show you these. Showed us these butterfly pea flowers, and what they do, not only are they pretty, they have a lot of medicinal benefits, but what I thought was amazing about it is you have your beverage and you put the butterfly pea flowers in here, and so they turn them blue. They'll turn them blue, but then when you add like a drop or two of lemon juice, they turn your drink like a pink magenta color. And so that's why I wanted to try those this year. It took me a while to find them. I finally found them on Etsy. And so I will tell you this, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 6 popped in here. But they took a long time to germinate. Like I almost gave up because I was like, something is going on with these seeds. And I had them on the heat mat, and I'm going to tell y'all something that you do not do. So once I kind of gave up and I was like, you know what, these aren't germinating. So I called myself picking the seeds out of the soil, and then I put okra seeds in here. Let me show y'all this bird. Do y'all see him? Honey, he is saying, let me tell you something. The humans are out here, but look, I'm gonna try to zoom in and I'm gonna be very quiet. Birds are my friends too. I just want them to do a little bit better with eating. So yes, honey, they on watch, okay? They are on watch. So where was I? See how I get all off track? Okay, so let me zoom back out. But so basically, I had took those butterfly pea seeds out, put some okra seeds in here, which are over here. I just finally planted them. And honey, let me tell you, the butterfly peas started to germinate. So I don't know, maybe they needed the okra in it. I'm not sure. So we got some, and I got to find 2 more places for them to go. I guess, I mean, I had them under a heating mat, and they really just started to trail up. It took them the longest to like really get going. It really did, but they're really pretty. So I'm going to save some, and I'm going to make sure I save some seeds on this. I know y'all saw the nasturtium. I don't know what's going on with this one. All of the other ones have been doing beautiful and blooming, but we have been getting in the 90s, y'all, and some of my celery is going to seed. It's going to seed. I still got a lot of cleanup to do, and I'm trying to still pop some of our summer vegetables in here. But y'all, I'm gonna get to it. That is the purpose of these garden tours. So not only can I go back and see the progress, but I want you all to see the progress as well. So I have to stop by the key lime plant right here because we have a key lime coming on, and we still have some more blooms. We have a lot here. I'm not sure if all of them will make it, but I see that this one is getting big. So let me tell you about me. You may say it's a waste of time, but a lot of times if I grow something and I don't get but 1 or 2 of something off of it, I'm still proud because I grew it. I knew how I grew it. I knew what I put on it. And that's what I did from one seed. If I started it from seed or even from a start, I nurtured it and took care of it. So let's move on here. We have more garlic over here that I need to pull up. And these are some of my marigolds that I started from seed. I had some more, but the greenhouse effect took place on my cell trays because I didn't take the top off, and so they pretty much got hot and withered away. But I was able to save these. They started off so small. I saved all type of marigold seeds, so when I put them in the ground, I didn't know what color, what type it was, but these are really pretty, and I plan on starting some more. Marigolds, really, you can just kind of like throw them in the soil and they'll catch, but I was trying to do like little individual ones. So we have marigolds, and then we have some more peppers that are growing here. And then let me show you what I'm trying new this year. I gotta water this tomato plant too. Picked it up, don't know why, but I'm trying Barrage this year because you can take the flowers and they have a cucumber taste. I haven't tasted them yet, but I have one right here, and I have 2 right here. And if you remember our video, these are our sweet potato slips that are really starting to come on and get going. Now, this was one type. Let me go over here to the other type because something's eaten at it already. Okay, so I do have like an extra slip. It seems like this one wants to come back, but I'm not gonna lie to y'all, they struggled for like a week. They really struggled, and it was because the weather was going back and forth, and I don't know, I tried to keep them as moist as possible. Not sure what went on, but they did struggle, but they are coming back. And like I told you all, I'm going to train them to go up and down. So we have this variety that I got from Savanda, which is in Atlanta. It was the organic type. And then these are the ones that we started from the grocery store right here that are coming back. So we have the sweet potatoes doing well. Like I said, we have things that are waking back up. Our dahlias are coming up over here, and our balloon flowers that we got for $1, they are doing great. They died back. It's about time for me to pull the sweet peas, the flower, not the vegetable, but y'all see what I'm doing, right? I'm trying to let it get some seeds because I do collect seeds. And this one has opened, so we may have some volunteers. It has opened and fell. I try to come out here and check it, and once it's dry, I like to go ahead and pull them off. But we may have some volunteers from the sweet peas when they when it gets cool again, or either next season. These kind of went all over the place. They did smell really good. They struggled a bit, and it seems like they came back. But I'm about to get ready to pull them. But I did take some and cut them and put them in the bathroom. So yeah, we're gonna cut those and put some more stuff right here. And then, oh, my poor zucchini. I don't know if I asked y'all this, but Let me know below, again, if I did, sorry. What plant do you struggle with the most as far as trying to grow? As far as flowers, peonies I struggle with. And as far as vegetables, zucchini and squash, because squash vine borers are really bad here. And what I did is I had to go ahead and pull the squash because I could tell it was getting sick. I'm still trying to save this one. Plants, when they're not their best, so just think of it like their immune system. When their immune system is not their best, a lot of bad insects can sense that, and so that's when they start attacking the plant. So what I have been trying to do with the squash and the zucchini is I take a few drops of peppermint oil and then some water, and I spray around to mask that smell. But the squash that I pulled, definitely when I opened up the stems on it, they had squash vine borers all in there. A zucchini was coming on here. You can see this is gone. Then it's another one that's trying to come on, but I'm gonna try it in the new raised beds as well. But this is really one plant that I struggle with, and it's because these darn squash vine borers that continue. Like, the plants start off good and healthy. So if you all have some suggestions about that, let me know. So we still have our beans going. We got to harvest some more of that. Got a couple of tomatoes here and nasturtium. So let me go really quick to show you about a couple more things, and then we are going to end the video for May. But the garden is starting to definitely wake back up. The only thing is, I know it's getting hot and I don't have like shade protection to cover all of these plants. So a lot of them struggle, or they will struggle within the next 2.5 months. And then once the weather cools back down in September, the garden just starts thriving again. So that's really what we have to worry about here in our zone. And it's so humid here as well. It's really humid here. So let me show you a couple more things, and then we're going to end for May. So here is where we planted our At Last roses by Proven Winners, y'all. And I'm going to tell you right now, look very closely at all of the rose buds. And I will tell you, these smell so good. When I'm walking to the front, I always smell this fragrance, and it just smells good. And so right here, we line the front up with some salvia, the purple salvia. But I'm telling you, y'all, this grass, like, I know I had this edged. I have got to come up with like a garden chore list and stay on it, because I told y'all before that I'll walk by something and start doing something else and then forget about what I'm doing, and nothing never really gets done. So I'm gonna have to have a garden chore list. These are our blueberries that we planted this year, and it seems to be working. I'm getting really close because I saw a couple of aphids on there, and I immediately first took the first thing I always do as far as aphids is I first take the water, not super hard, but hard enough to get them all off. Then I'll come back and inspect them, see if we have some more, and then if not, that's when I'll go up and do the like the soap and the water. So kind of like an insecticidal soap. So we did that. I continue to look at it, and it seems like I don't see any more. So those are some things that you can do like organically. So this is going to be really pretty when it fills in, as long as I can edge up. And then the guava right here is coming along just fine. So we'll see what that does, because like I said, it self-seeds a lot. I had planted 2 lilies in here, and I don't think they're gonna come up, but the roses have been doing beautiful. Like, I've been clipping them and putting them in the house with whatever else I can find to go with it. So let's go really quick up front, because I just want to show you all one more thing, and then I promise you all, we are going to end this. But look at all the rosebuds coming after we what did I tell y'all? We gave it the vitamin shot. We gave it some rose food. We moved everything back. We gave them their B12 shot. That's what we are gonna call it. Look at the rosebuds on here. And they've been getting a lot, and I've just been cutting them. I have been cutting them. That's also my way of pruning too. As I cut, I go down just a little bit so that they can continue to branch out and continue to get bigger. So let's go up front, and then I promise y'all we are ending. So I had a lavender that I actually bought from the grocery store, and it had been staying in there for the longest. And so I noticed the leaves had started turning, and so the lavender was telling me, if you don't hurry up and get me in the ground, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So I put it right here, which I think will be pretty, along with the drift roses where they've had their flush of blooms. I'm going to go in and deadhead it. Our David Austin roses is starting to put on new growth, which is good. And then I got to water this. These are our clearance plants right here that are coming along really good. But this is what I want to show you all. This is one of the lilies I planted in the back, like a daylily, and I don't think those two are coming up. I want to say like 6 total, and only 3, I think 3 might have came up. The agapanthus, okay, I know you see weeds, but these are really agapanthus. They are so slow to grow. And this is what I want to show you, y'all, and seriously, we're going to end. So I know this looked like a weeded mess to y'all, but I planted some phlox in here, but I really think the calla lily has self-seeded. But it's amazing how nature does, because the calla lily looks like it's self-seeded in like straight rows. And I don't know if that's the phlox or the calla lily. So basically our calla lily is blooming, and the molds are, if you can see the mold trail, we won't even talk about it. But the calla lilies are blooming, and all of a sudden I saw these popping up right here. One right here, one right here, one right here, one over here, one right there. And I'm just saying to myself, are those the phlox? But then we got these popping up. And I don't know, now I know that this is a weed, but I don't know if that is the phlox or the calla lily have self-seeded, because last year I did get save some seeds from the calla lily, but I think it was some on there before. So I'm just gonna have to let this area grow up. Now the ones that I know are weeds, I'm gonna pull them, but some I really don't know, and I'm gonna have to let them grow just a little bit longer before I can tell what they really are. So that's what we have for that. But let me give you a quick note about this calla lily. I have had this for years, y'all, and when I tell you, I absolutely hardly ever do anything with it. Like this year I decided to go ahead and put some slow release fertilizer in there, just because I was paying attention to all of the other flowers and tulips that were in this bed. I said, you know, this calla lily has not given you any problems. It started off a dark purple. I do notice as it comes back each year, it's kind of like a pink now. But I did fertilize that this year, and then I am once again trying to let the daffodils go ahead and die back naturally. But if they don't die back soon enough, I'll probably cut them off and just put maybe some Trill and annuals in this area. But we're gonna take it a little bit at a time, because once again, I got a whole bunch of stuff that I gotta do, and I have to plant. As always, thank you so much for coming along with me on our garden tour. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you share this video with your family and your friends. And if you are not a subscriber, we would absolutely love to have you subscribe to our channel and become a part of our family. Make sure you tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video. A lot of you were saying that you're not getting all the videos. So when you tap the bell to subscribe, go to that drop down and select all, so that way every time we upload you'll get all the videos, not just the personalized ones. And again, thank you all so much for watching, and until the next video, bye bye.